Hello and welcome to Locator Gaming. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than what I normally do on the channel. I have here on the table Aeon Trespass Odyssey Cycle 4 and 5. Inside of here I have 3D printed insert that I actually printed myself. I got the files off of printables from a user named JuanV, and Juan is also extremely active on the Into the Unknown Discord. That's actually where I saw him first, in the 3D printing area, talking to other users on the Discord about the insert and about a bunch of other things that he prints for Aeon Trespass Odyssey, and I think a couple of other games. I didn't really look at the other stuff that he has available. This is not a sponsored review. I paid for this file myself, but I just wanted to give a review of it because I like the way that it's set up in here. I also have the Deluxe tiles printout that goes in this little box. We'll see those as well. This is actually a free file that I got off of printables because Juan does put up a lot of free stuff as well as the paid one for the insert. And Juan will also print stuff for you. I have not gotten anything myself from him that he has printed, but he also has an Etsy store. And I'll put links to all that stuff down in the description of this video. And like I said, he's super active on the Discord, and he would also likely communicate with you on the Into the Unknown Discord if you wanted to get anything from him, or if you had suggestions for things to print or modifications to the things. He talks to people about all the stuff that he's making constantly on there. So let's get right down into it. I'm going to throw in a cut real quick, take the top off of this, move the Deluxe tile thing over, and then we'll start looking at the insert. Okay, I zoomed it in. I wanted to stay with the whole box here for just a second, just to show you that the way that this insert works is underneath these books. I have the original plastic inserts that holds the miniatures, like the original packaging for the miniatures. It's still in there, so this insert works with the original miniatures packaging. So there's nothing else to print for that. And then also, we'll move that one over. I'll move the box over. So I want you to be able to see where the stuff comes out of the box, and then I'll show it over here. I think the easiest place to start is with this. This is just a little extra filler tray to plug this little spot that goes in between the miniatures insert and the rest of the printed items. I will also say that some of these little extra trays, he has different options that you can hold miniatures in. I don't remember if this is one of the ones that would hold extra miniatures, but I know some of the little extra filler things. Not only can they hold more cards if you want more sleeved cards, but there are some designs that he has. There's alternate ways you can print this to hold some of the miniatures, like from the promo packs and stuff. This is also an extra tray 4 little spacer thing. And we'll start with the large cards. So in talking about different options, I printed the options for sleeved cards. Now, as we go through, you'll see that I do not have the entire game sleeved, and that's a byproduct of the way that I play Aeon Trespass Odyssey. I sleeve all of my primordial AI and BP cards right out the gate because those are going to be shuffled a lot, and I know that, so those are already sleeved. But things like the exploration cards and the gear cards, the trauma cards, I only sleeve those when it's time to use them. I might keep them sleeved after that, but I'm not sleeving the entire game right out the gate. So all that to say that while this might hold all the cards sleeved, you're not going to see that as an example with mine right now because I just don't have all my cards sleeved yet. And talking about sleeves, this is the large card holder. This is the option that I printed that's called the sleeve version. Because if you want these extra containers that I'll show in a second for more room for sleeved cards, you can get this shorter version of the large card holder. And I like the large card holder because it has a little design in it. And I use a Bamboo printer and Bamboo Studio, so I chose yellow and gray for the colors. I'm not sure if those are the default colors, but in the Bamboo Studio version, I had to pick the colors to use. And that was, I think, the example I saw when he printed his, and I thought it looked nice. Okay, so these are just extra places that you can hold sleeved cards. There are 2 mini size ones and then 3 for standard size cards. And again, they go on that layer, but if you weren't going to be going with the sleeved route, you would just print a taller, large card holder and then have the correct height there. This is also noted as an extra tray, but it has this pre-built-in little box spot for one of these mystery boxes to go into. So that's a nice little feature there. This is one of the cool things that I like about it too. This one, it says conditions right here on the side. My lighting, it's hard to see. It says conditions. I think it's a little easier if I zoom it in. So the condition cards go right there. But then this also has a little drawer that you print to hold the Midas and Pain tokens. So I like that little drawer feature. This is a token to hold, or a thing to hold the Kratos tokens. And it says that this will hold the Kratos tokens for cycles 1 through 5. So that's like a little feature that would help with functionality during the game, where if you're in a battle, you have all the Kratos tokens, you know, like opening and break and fire and all that stuff, just in one holder out on the table. So you don't have to have separate things from the cycle 1 through 3 and then cycle 4 and 5 when you're playing the game. So I like this. There's also a couple different options for this one. There's another one that has the Omega symbol, where those 2 Kratos symbols are. Let's go to this one here. This is the Titan X and Dahaka. So this has the Titan X AI trait, Feint, Routine, and Signature cards, and then the Trauma and BP cards for Titan X, and then these long tarot cards for Dahaka. I'm going to run out of table space real quick. Okay, this is another little spacer thing, extra tray 3, that kind of holds this box in here and goes up against the other one over there. So there's a spot for the other little mystery box. All right, this is also another cool thing. This is the terrain holder. And the way this one comes, there's a little notch in the corner right here that kind of clicks it into place. So you'll hear when I pull this apart, there's going to be a little bit of a sound, like when it locks in there. It's not really like a little locking mechanism, but it just kind of sits perfectly on there. I didn't notice that at first when I was printing it, because I was trying to put this on here like the wrong direction and it wouldn't fit right. And I was like, oh wait, there's little notches out of the corner. That's why they're there. So this is all the terrain for cycle 4 and 5, 2 different layers. And then it also has writing on it that tells you what goes where. So like this one is the 3x3s, and there's 9 of them. And then there's writing underneath all of these also that tells you what to put in each spot. So you just have this little piece, another little functionality thing, out when you're setting up and you need terrain for a fight in cycle 4 and 5. All right, this one here, this one is called the battle tokens. The battle tokens tray. So this has all the tokens that you would need for some things that might happen in cycle 4 and 5. The cycle 4 and 5 Kratos tokens, which you might move to this other one if you're looking to have that functionality. So that's the battle tokens tray. And then I'll just stay zoomed in here for a second for the voyage tokens tray. So if you're doing the voyage phase, things that would go out on the map and other tokens you might need for the voyage phase. Okay, we're going to take another little spacer thing out, just extra room there. These are to hold the cycle 4 and 5 map cards. So the little place to hold the cards. I'm using the Deluxe tokens, so I'm not going to be using these cards, but I'm still storing them in the box with these so that the spacing is correct for the insert. Let's take this one out. This is like the various tray. There's some various tarot size cards like Secret Deck 14 and this Siren card that fit right there. And then this is the first place you're going to see the dividers that I printed out. I did not personally print out all of the dividers that are available. I only printed out the ones that I thought I was going to use So here's one that you can see for Secret 17. So Secret Deck 17 is behind this right here in the various tray. You can also put the Argonaut cards here and the Cycle 3 gear cards here. I have those in my 1, 2, and 3 box right now. And then Universal Traits and Terrain, or the other way around, go here in that various box. Okay, what's left over here? Oh, in addition, let's do this one first. So this is a Secret Y box. My Secret Y stuff is still in the white box over here, so I haven't put anything in here yet because I am not going to open it until I'm supposed to. So that's for like future storage. Okay, there's 4 things left in here, and they're for, this side is for Cycle 4. There's an L tray and then a Primordial tray, and then Cycle 5 L tray and Primordial tray. I'll show you the Cycle 4 stuff because it's the exact same thing for Cycle 4 and 5, what goes in these. It's just cycle dependent, basically. So let's look at the L tray first. I have the technology cards back here, and then these are like the standard sized cards. We can zoom in. We got some standard sized cards here, like the Nemos, the technology, the faded Nemos, and there's a secret deck back here. These are the Cycle 4 specific exploration cards. There's a separator for active exploration and inactive exploration. And then here's a bunch of the mini cards. So strains, traumas, ciphers, clues, craftable gear, locked gear, secret deck 11, secret deck 10. And it tells you on the side over here, which is a little hard to see in my lighting, but it tells you on the side all the decks that should be in here. So that's the Cycle 4 L tray. The Cycle 5 one is very similar, except the secret decks would be different. I don't think there's ciphers in that one. But it just has, again, the Cycle 5 specific stuff. And then the Primordial tray. The Cycle 4 Primordial, one of them has some mini cards, so there's a slot for those mini cards that go with that particular Titan. That particular Primordial. And then the 3 Primordials from that cycle. So the only issue that I had, and this is just a byproduct of the sleeves that I'm using, you can see the sleeves that I'm using, they go in perfectly. There's no issue putting one card in at a time, or maybe a couple of cards in at a time. But when I was trying to put an entire deck in there, it was a little tight. But again, that's a byproduct of the sleeves that I'm using. Could be a little tall, but I was able to do it. It's not like, it wasn't like a game changer or a game breaker, or I was going to damage my decks or anything. That was just a little issue that I had. There was another tray. This is one of the extra trays. I think this is the one. Let me grab a mini-sized sleeve, if I have one over here. Because I think you could also have some overflow of the mini cards into here. Yeah, so you could store some more sleeved mini cards in here if you wanted to. Because again, none of these right here in this L tray are sleeved yet. So if I get to the point where I am using them later on when I'm playing, then maybe my strains and trauma and clues and stuff have to move into one of these little overflow things. But that's fine. They'll have the little divider thing that tells me where it is and what it is. So that's basically everything that I wanted to say about the Cycle 4 and 5 insert. I'm going to put this stuff back in the box and then move this box and then get the Deluxe Tiles box out on the table, and then you can see those. Okay, this is going to be a real quick one. So this is the Deluxe Tiles box. And these are the holders, or the little containers that I printed out for that. So each one of these, it tells you right on it which numbers tiles it holds from which cycle. There is 2 ones that are a little bit smaller, just because of the way that the number of tiles works out. So there's this Cycle 5 one and the Cycle 4 one. So you can see it's a little shorter, but the 2 of them combined come out to the same height as the rest of them. In Juan's free area on printables, he also has the same thing for the Deluxe Tiles for cycles 1, 2, and 3 that go back into the 1, 2, and 3 box. But I have a different thing that I already had for that, so I just needed the one to hold the Cycle 4 and 5 Deluxe tiles. Okay, that's everything I wanted to show you. Again, I will put links to Juan's different things down in the description down below. And if you wanted to get in touch with him, he would be happy to correspond with you. I'm assuming if you go to the Into the Unknown Discord and look for him there. He's pretty active there in the general and the 3D printing accessories area. They have a little special area in our Discord for that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed looking at this insert, and I hope you enjoy everything I put up on the channel, and I will see you in the next one.